Welcome to Gallery Jungkook, a special place where every smile, glance, and precious moment of Jungkook will always live on with ARMY. Hello ARMY, a close-up video of V and Jungkook has recently surfaced. In the footage, V is clearly accompanying Jungkook as he does his usual exercises. V doesn't appear in the video as a mere observer, he leans in close and stands attentively next to Jungkook. It's clear that he's there of his own free will, ready to help if Jungkook needs it. This attitude has been an integral part of their relationship. Moments like these further confirm what many already know, that they have a special bond. The detail that makes this video even more special is the lack of official cameras or staff. In other words, they're not filming for a program, they're simply rehearsing privately. And yet, they continue to act like they always do, caring and supporting each other. This shows that their behavior doesn't change when there's no audience, which gives added weight to those who believe in their bond. However, not everyone has taken the video the same way. Some have started saying that the images aren't real, that they're all created by AI, that things like this don't happen in the real world. Most of this criticism comes from those who do not accept the closeness of Taehyung and Jungkook. They find it hard to believe that the two can share these moments without cameras or a crew. Situations like these also demonstrate their natural communication. They are comfortable with each other, and this is noticeable even in small things like exercising. For many, this is further proof that their connection is not dependent on the environment or context. While there will always be those who try to discredit what they see, it is important to focus on the facts. There is nothing exaggerated or inappropriate in this video. It captures an intimate moment between two people who respect and care for each other, and that is what makes it special. This video does not need effects or official statements to be valuable. It is enough to see Taehyung approach Jungkook during exercise, without further ado. Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship has always been a source of curiosity and admiration. They have long been portrayed as a close pair, and scenes like this highlight that closeness. When they train together in the gym, they are not only focused on their own exercises, they are also supportive and caring for each other. The way Taehyung stays by Jungkook's side, watching and ready to step in when needed, is not always seen among teammates. It is a form of care born of trust and affection. Jungkook has shown on more than one occasion that there are things he values deeply: his work, his time with his fans, and of course his phone. However, something happened recently that made it clear that above all else, there is someone in his life who truly comes first. In one part of the video, Taehyung is seen trying to snatch Jungkook's phone to film it. Although it is not entirely clear, the scene shows that in the midst of a move, Taehyung loses his balance and falls. What's striking is Jungkook's immediate reaction. Without thinking, Jungkook puts everything else aside and rushes to Taehyung to help him up. At that moment, he doesn't care what he's doing, even his own phone falls to the floor along with Taehyung. This detail becomes even more relevant when we remember a previous moment in Are You Sure? Jungkook had an accident and fell into the water. When he was helped by staff, his first concern was his phone. He kept asking about it, clearly worried about what might happen to it. In that context, it was obvious how important this personal item was to him. But comparing the two moments, the change is clear. In this new situation, his phone also fell to the floor, but Jungkook didn't show the same worry. Instead of checking or looking for his phone, he was completely focused on Taehyung, making sure he was okay and being there for him. This change goes far beyond appearances. He did it naturally, as someone who genuinely responded to what was most important to him, and in this case, that person was Taehyung. It confirms what many have already sensed, that for Jungkook, Taehyung's well-being comes first, even before his personal belongings. When Jungkook rushed after Taehyung without checking on his phone, it wasn't just caring, it was genuine caring. This isn't news to anyone who's followed their relationship closely. At various events, presentations, and behind the scenes, Jungkook has always been attentive to Taehyung, accompanying him, looking after him, and helping him without being asked. And this latest video is further evidence of this ongoing dynamic. It's also important to understand what this reflects in terms of their behavior as a pair. While they don't always say it publicly, their actions speak for themselves. They're not trying to prove anything, but the way they interact demonstrates a very strong level of trust and emotional connection. At times like these, their demeanor remains the same, close, natural, and based on genuine affection. Taehyung, on the other hand, has also shown the same care for Jungkook on many occasions. It's not a one-way street. Their relationship is mutual and balanced, with constant mutual support. But in this particular case, it was Jungkook who showed that no matter how much he valued his possessions, there was one person who would always come first. For many, this further confirms that the relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook does not require explanation. They don't need to constantly talk or make statements about their connection. Their actions are enough to understand that what exists between them is real, close, and deep. In many of Taehyung and Jungkook's videos, there is a recurring pattern. It is not something stated or deliberately emphasized. It's obvious in the way they move when they are close to each other, as if there is a constant connection between them, invisible but real. Regardless of the environment or who else is around them, their behavior does not change. They continue to interact naturally, as if they just need to be in sync. This connection is evident in the simplest gestures. When one approaches, the other approaches. When one takes a step, the other reacts without much thought. It's not a planned choreography, but rather a natural rhythm that repeats itself in every moment, as if they share the same beat. This spontaneous coordination has been captured in numerous videos and has attracted attention for its consistency over time. One recent example confirms this. In a random recording, Taehyung tries to grab Jungkook's phone to write something down. The gesture is quick, almost automatic, like that of someone he trusts. However, in the midst of the action, Taehyung seems to lose his balance and falls. Jungkook's reaction is instantaneous. He drops everything he's holding and rushes to help him up. He's completely focused. There's no hesitation or distraction. He's simply reacting, and his main goal is to make sure Taehyung is okay. This moment becomes even clearer when compared to another incident in Are You Sure? Back then, Jungkook fell into the water, and when he emerged, it was clear that he was deeply concerned about his phone. He mentioned it several times and seemed worried about its condition. For many, this detail showed how much he valued his belongings. However, observing his behavior in the recent situation, a clear difference is obvious. Although his phone also fell next to Taehyung, this time he didn't even look at it. His attention was completely focused on helping the person next to him. This change in reaction is not accidental. It demonstrates a hierarchy of priorities. In one situation, he cared about the object above all else. In the other, the only thing that mattered was Taehyung's well-being. He did this effortlessly, like someone who knows what is most important in the moment. He didn't need to think or analyze it. He simply reacted, because his partner needed support, and he was there to give it. This behavior is repeated in other contexts as well. It's not a separate moment or an isolated situation. When they are together, they have a very special way of interacting. They touch naturally, they approach without hesitation, and their eyes are not searching for outside attention. They are not acting or following a script. They are simply comfortable together, as two people who know each other well and trust each other completely. It's not surprising that many fans believe there is something more between them than just friendship or acquaintance. Although they do not constantly express their feelings or make public statements about their relationship, the facts speak for themselves. It's not only that they are always there for each other, it's how they do it, with constant attention and care, even when it seems no one else is watching. In several videos, you can see examples of this pattern. One goes ahead, the other follows. One stops, the other stops. They change location, context, and actions, but their behavior remains the same. It's not just the coordination of glances, it's the way they react to each other's movements, as if always ready to adapt and accompany each other, no matter the situation. Thanks for watching.